Think back to your school days for a moment. You've spent years memorizing historical dates, calculating the area of a triangle, and learning about the anatomy of a frog. But how many hours did they spend teaching you about inflation, compound interest, or how to read a balance sheet? The answer, for most of us, is zero. The traditional education system was designed over a century ago to create obedient, hard-working employees. It was never designed to create financially free individuals. I had to learn this the hard way. I spent my 20s doing exactly what my teachers told me. Study hard, get a safe job, and save cash. And then, the runaway inflation of the late 1970s hit, and I watched my hard-earned savings melt away like ice on a hot stove. Over the decades, through market crashes and economic booms, I started noticing that the truly wealthy were playing an entirely different game. A game with completely different rules. Before I share these rules with you, let me be very clear. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I am just an old man sitting on the porch, sharing the lessons that life forced me to learn. Some of these concepts are debated even among experts, so listen carefully. But always do your own research before making any decisions. Here are the 10 rules of money the rich follow, that school completely forgot to teach you. Number 1. The myth of saving your way to wealth. In school, we were taught that putting our money in a piggy bank or a savings account is the ultimate financial virtue. I used to believe that if I just saved enough of my salary, I would eventually be rich. The reality is, the wealthy know that traditional saving is a guaranteed way to lose purchasing power. Central banks print money, and inflation silently robs the value of every dollar sitting in your bank account. The wealthy do not save money just to save it. They only save money to deploy it into investments. The reality you must accept: cash is not a safe haven. It is a depreciating asset. Save only for emergencies and use the rest to buy assets that grow faster than the government can print money. Number 2. The truth about debt. We were all taught that debt is inherently evil and must be avoided at all costs. During the 2008 financial crisis, I saw thousands of people crushed by bad debt, like credit cards and high-interest consumer loans. But while the middle class was drowning, I watched the wealthy use debt to buy discounted real estate and businesses. Here is the secret. There is bad debt, and there is good debt. Bad debt takes money out of your pocket to buy things that lose value, like clothes or cars. Good debt puts money into your pocket, because you use the bank's money to buy an asset that pays you more than the interest rate. The reality you must accept: debt is like a loaded gun. In the hands of the untrained, it is deadly. In the hands of a professional, it is a tool to protect and expand an empire. Number 3. The illusion of a high salary. Get a high-paying job, and you will be wealthy. That is the ultimate promise of the education system. But here's the painful twist I learned when I started making good money. The tax code is not designed in favor of the employee. Wage earners pay the highest tax rates in the world. The money is taxed before you even see it. The wealthy do not focus on a high salary. They focus on equity, business ownership, and capital gains, which are taxed at much lower rates, or sometimes not at all. They use legal corporate structures to pay their expenses first, and pay taxes only on what is left. The reality you must accept: it is not about how much you make. It is entirely about how much you keep. A high salary is a great starting point, but it is a terrible finish line. Number 4. Your house is not your biggest asset. If you ask any average person, they will proudly tell you their primary residence is their greatest financial asset. For years, I proudly paid the mortgage on a large house, thinking I was building immense wealth. But let's look at the actual cash flow. Every month, a house takes money out of your pocket for taxes, insurance, repairs, and mortgage interest. The wealthy understand that unless a piece of real estate is generating positive cash flow for you every month, it is technically a liability. It might appreciate in value over 30 years, but it does not feed you today. The reality you must accept. Do not become house poor. Buy a home to live in and build memories. But do not mistake it for a cash-producing investment. Number 5. The actual value of time. School teaches us a very dangerous equation. Work equals money. You trade 1 hour of your life for a fixed amount of cash. I spent half my career working overtime, proudly trading my weekends for a slightly bigger paycheck. The wealthy, however, flip this equation upside down. They use money to buy time. They hire accountants, managers, and assistants. They build systems and buy software. They realize that money can be printed and multiplied. But time is the only truly finite resource in the universe. Once a minute is gone, no amount of billions can buy it back. The reality you must accept. Stop trying to do everything yourself to save a few dollars. If you can pay someone less than your hourly worth to do a task, delegate it immediately. Number 6. The punishment of failure. In school, if you make a mistake, you fail the test. You are punished with a bad grade. The system teaches you to avoid failure at all costs. This completely paralyzes people in the real world. In the markets and in business, failure is not a punishment. It is literally the tuition fee for success. I lost nearly everything in my first major investment. It hurt, but the lessons from that failure built the foundation for everything I earned later. The wealthy know that if you are not failing occasionally, you are playing it to save. They take calculated risks, fail fast, learn the lesson, and move on without emotional attachment. The reality you must accept. Perfectionism is poverty. Do not fear being wrong. The real world rewards those who execute, fail, adapt, and try again. Number 7. The camouflage of stealth wealth. School and media teach us that rich people wear luxury brands, drive flashy sports cars, and live to show off. When you actually sit in rooms with deeply wealthy people, you quickly realize how wrong this is. The people with the loudest clothes usually have the quietest bank accounts. The truly wealthy often drive older, reliable cars and wear plain clothes. They do not need to prove their net worth to a stranger at a stoplight. They practice stealth wealth because they know that looking rich attracts the wrong kind of attention. Lawsuits and toxic relationships. The reality you must accept. The ultimate goal is to be wealthy and financially free. Not to look rich to people you don't even care about. Put your money in assets, not on your back. Number 8. The limits of formal education. If you want to be more successful, get another degree. I know people with 3 master's degrees who are drowning in student loan debt and have absolutely zero financial intelligence. Formal education is fantastic for specific professions, like becoming a surgeon or an engineer, but it rarely teaches you how to build a business or manage risk. The wealthy never stop learning, but their education is self-directed. They read books, attend seminars, find mentors, and study the psychology of the markets. They understand that formal education makes you a living, but self-education makes you a fortune. The reality you must accept. Your graduation day was not the end of your education. It was day 1. The highest returns in life come from investing in your own financial literacy. Number 9. The rule of concentration versus diversification. Financial planners always tell you to diversify immediately. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. While diversification is a great way to protect wealth once you have it, it is rarely the way people build massive wealth from nothing. Look at history. Most fortunes were built because someone focused all their energy, time, and capital into one business, one industry, or one specific skill set until they mastered it. I spread myself too thin in my 30s, trying to invest in 20 different things I barely understood. And my returns were mediocre. The reality you must accept. You build wealth by concentrating your focus and taking concentrated, deeply researched risks. Once you become wealthy, you diversify to protect what you have built. And finally, number 10. The magic of infinite patience. The modern world and our education system trains us to expect short-term rewards. You study for 2 weeks. You get an A, but wealth is incredibly boring. The greatest force in the financial universe is compound interest, and compound interest requires a secret ingredient that most people lack: decades of patience. People want to day trade their way to millions in a month, and they usually get slaughtered. The wealthy understand that the market is essentially a machine that transfers money from the impatient to the patient. They buy good assets and simply wait, ignoring the daily noise and panic. The reality you must accept. There is no get-rich-quick scheme that works. Plant your financial seeds today. Water them with consistency, and let time do the heavy lifting. Life is a harsh teacher, but it is a fair one. The rules of money have always been right in front of us, even if the schools refuse to teach them. The choices you make from this day forward are on your shoulders. You can keep playing by the rules of the employee, or you can start learning the rules of the wealthy. Take these lessons, study the markets, and if you are ready to build a real strategy, find a qualified, the only financial planner to guide you. Keep your head clear, stay patient, and take care of yourselves out there.